in Southern.
Ringing in the new year.
LA Entertainment.
I'm sorry, did you say you got us? Copy, thank you. Where are you? I see one of the flashing lights going around the bend. Continuing northbound. I think this is it. Is that a police car? That might be a police car. How far ahead? Yeah. Oh. Got it. Got it, okay. Simon Des, we're with the pursuit. LAPD going between tracking and actual pursuit. But they're switching back and forth. It sounds like they want to take it on the ground. They just need a unit with a light bar. Coming up on the 5 and 170 in Sun Valley. Correct, in Sun Valley, approaching Pacoima. They want CHP to take over, so we're just going to wait for that.
Of the interstate. Let's see.
Coming up on the 118. Come on, CHP. Where are you?
Vehicles. Sometimes they're a little bit close. Newhall getting into position on the 10. Switching to the 10. There we go, there we go. 10 on aux 2. Is that a news van? No. I don't like where this is going. Yeah, you never know. He came from he came south from Pasadena first. So, I mean, oh, really? I think I can see someone in the passenger seat. 2 units en route from CHP. They need to go away. Waiting, okay. Okay, suspect slowing down a little bit. Getting, moving around traffic, moving from the fast lane where he's been for the past few minutes into the, all the way to the slow lane. And now onto the shoulder. A little bit of a surprising move here. And now on the brakes. Now on the brakes, a CHP vehicle, I think that's a CHP vehicle, may have just overshot him. That's LAPD. Going back to the pursuit suspect vehicle over here. And the lights are now off. Pulled over onto the freeway at the 5 and, is this the 5 and the 14? And someone's out and walking away from the car. That's a passenger, and now here's the driver. Driver out of the car. Driver and passenger now running across a lane, 2 lanes of the freeway. Law enforcement now has a night sun on it. I'll turn on night vision here on News Trapper 4 Alpha. You can see both occupants of the car running along the side of the freeway here. running southbound on the shoulder of the northbound freeway. I'm just going to check on the vehicle. And yeah, it doesn't appear like anyone else is in the vehicle. No one from law enforcement is on scene with us yet. We have our night vision mode up. These two occupants of the vehicle involved in the pursuit, a possible DUI driver. I believe the person in the light colored jacket was the driver. Person in dark was a passenger. Turn off the speedometer there. This might be Foothill Boulevard, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like it is. Now we have plenty of light here from the law enforcement helicopter, giving us a better view of what's going on. Yeah, confirming now that that's Foothill Boulevard. I'm just going to peek back to the pursuit vehicle. You have CHP units on scene here checking that out. We're going to go back to the suspects, and now they're continuing southbound on Foothill Boulevard in the northbound lane. Still walking along as if they're going to get away or hide somewhere, but there's not really anywhere good to hide out here. Oh, it looks like she's, is she? I'm not sure, but it looks like that person is putting out the international symbol for a hitchhiker. Luckily, that person did not pick them up. I'm not sure if there's any lights approaching here. There's one vehicle approaching. Does not look like law enforcement. This is now primarily CHP handling this. That's going to be private property. We'll see if they go in there. The former pursuit vehicle passenger looking to jump a fence there. And he does jump the fence. We'll turn back on night view here. And now they're on the run in a very dark area. Not sure why, not sure where the night sun went here, but we're gonna need that here shortly. There it comes. Turning up the gain on our camera as high as we can here, but without that night sun, it's really hard to see what's going on. Looks like the air unit may be trying to guide.
I don't know if the embankment's just gonna, you know, kind of fall off there.
Yeah,
so
especially with all the rain that we've had.
Not a great.
But at this point, they are in the pitch black as far as that fire road goes. They're asking us for infrared or somebody else? I'm a little unsure of why this air unit isn't using that night sun to keep an eye on the suspect. LAPD and CHP both have units en route. They're trying to get onto that fire road. All the units were on the freeway, and they're trying to make their way back to Foothill Boulevard. Not very easy. No easy ways to get to Foothill Boulevard from this particular stretch of the 5 and the 14. But at this point, without that night sun, there's not much to I believe if what we're hearing is correct, the suspects may have hunkered down under a tree. And now here's law enforcement coming on scene. Come on, go back, turn around, turn around, turn around. They need to turn around. Is there more down here? No, no, there they go. There they go. Now they're going down the right road. I'm just curious. I'm going to widen out and see what happened to the pursuit vehicle. There it is back here, LAPD with that pursuit vehicle. Looks like a Jeep Cherokee maybe. And now three, looks like CHP and LAPD on scene at this, they're calling it an access road. It could be. And it sounds like the air unit does have eyes on it with infrared cameras. Our night vision up aboard News Chopper 4 Alpha is no match for the night vision aboard these law enforcement helicopters. They do have eyes on the suspect. We are going to keep our eyes here with the officers just coming on scene here on the fire road. The air unit confirms they do have eyes on the suspect with infrared. Fulvio, was that 100 or LAPD? Flare? Okay. A number of other CHP and LAPD units arriving here on scene. They're going to start, well, they're working on a plan here on how to approach these suspects. No, I want the runner. Okay, now we have some light up here on the fire road. We know that law enforcement has eyes on the suspect. Just waiting for some ground units here to work on a plan to approach. So they were under a tree. I'm wondering if it's, yeah. Maybe on this side of the hill. Let's see, is anyone there? No movement from the street level yet. Quite an impressive turnout from CHP and LAPD. Looks like we have freelance media on scene as well. Trying to figure out which stringer agency that person's with. Can't tell.
Okay, give me a second. I haven't seen any movement here from News Chopper 4. They're really moving this to Metro? Okay. All right, well that answers that.
have eyes on the suspect. And now you see officers here from LAPD working to find best access here. Yeah, they've been up for a while. It looks like, I think I did see movement from this general area. And that's where LAPD is focusing their line of sight right now. Channel 40. Let's see if it's on there. Go ahead, desk.
airship and verify. Still no movement with those two guys.
No, negative, same spot. Haven't moved.
Airship, you can advise the mission units we just got through the lock.
Okay, Roger. Yeah, they're monitoring 43 as well. Mission units responding. They got through that lock. No need for those bolt cutters, but I still need traffic stops. Northbound traffic stops at on Foothill at Balboa.
Roger that. Repeat on Aqueduct.
I believe it's.
Good
Foothill.
evening, everybody
Foothill,
watching on the NBC 4LA app and NBCLA.com. You're watching live streaming coverage of a pursuit termination. The pursuit ended on the 5 freeway just before the Newhall Pass, before the 5 and 14 split. Two occupants of the vehicle got out and ran across a few lanes of off-ramp from the 5 freeway, crossing Foothill Boulevard, and then climbed up into the hills to the east of Foothill Boulevard. And you can see now LAPD making a very cautious approach up the fire road off to the east of Foothill Boulevard with, I believe they have guns drawn. The air unit from LAPD did have eyes on the suspect. I believe they still do. They haven't said anything to the effect that they've lost the suspect or anything. In fact, they've reported that the suspect, two of them actually, have been hunkered down under a tree for the past 10 or so minutes.
Underneath that last set of bushes before it stands.
Pursuit ended maybe about 12, 13 minutes ago. Very quickly, the two occupants ran up into the hills, and that's where we stand now. A bit of a manhunt here. I'm going to turn on our night filter on News Chopper 4 Alpha. Give us a little better look. Maybe we can make out any movement or anything like that.
Airship, yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, sir, K9's going to respond. We're going to move the vehicle up maybe a little bit and try and call him out on the PA. Can you give us a little altitude, or are you going to lose being able to see them with the FLIR?
I think this is the best we can do here. We got a 50-knot wind messing with us up here. We're going to have to hold right where we're at.
Okay, Roger. Yeah, I get it. We're going to just attempt to call out with the PA and see if we get any response and see if we can get them to comply.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, you guys aren't too far from them now. I don't know how your visibility is,
You guys have
but
been
at,
sitting
right
a
at the
little
bend
bit.
of the
It's
road,
cold out
north
here.
side
It's
of that
like
bend, last
45
bush,
degrees.
they're hanging out under.
And what would you say? It's like 50 yards from us now?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, if that, right at the bend, my light, I don't have a very good light on this ship, but right at the bend, right where you guys were lighting it up, that last, yeah, there's a light on the bush right now. That's the bush.
Okay, Raj. And one other thing, how much longer do we have you?
You got me for another hour max.
Okay, Raj.
Too cold.
Did you meet anyone yet?
No.
I was at Insomnia.
I need gloves.
What's that?
I said I need to put my gloves on, but they're in the car.
Person still fighting at the location. Code 3 incident 393 905.
8222 9602 Otis, Unit 8.
176
Fourth and Conner, we have sufficient units, it's 830 standard.
There for containment. Your call. I'm not sure if they're going to have fence barriers along that access portion of it either, but just info only.
Okay, Roger.
Dan, I don't know if it's one of us or if it's the security, but somebody with some wigwags are on at the mouth just out to you guys.
I don't saw myself.
Yeah.
It looks like.
So far, students 2600 is available. I'll send them over. 11 Blanchard Street. Suspect male Hispanic, 50 years, 390 dark clothing. Code 2 incident 3980 RD 459.
Central unit, screaming woman, town and 6. Town and 6. It's code 3 incident 3981 in RD 157. Central to handle, identify.
No further in, no follower. KMB 443 is clear at 2234.
Hey man, 911 with the log man, please.
Well, battery suspect. No, suspect is male, unknown, dark complexion, wearing a black sweater with a white.
There's still a loud purple heard in the background. The DT's been trying to get out of the vehicle and the RP is refusing to let her. All parties found HPD.
Roger, show code for at this time, no evidence available.
95, 17895, possible elder abuse investigation, 16553 Rinaldi Street at the convalescent home. Code 2, incident 3978, RD 17. Wait.
Tempo 58 Tom 197, ran MSCC on Huntington Drive. 1097.
Break for 28.
9850, copy Sheldon off of North 5 on Edward 409-7260, 28.
122, 1098.
So it's Otis, after the police chase.
Roger.
51 is 10 and I'm calling after.
9000,
BL Shoppers.
Unit 5, do you have anything for report from family? Yes.
Zebra Charles, William 049, 2018 Audi 4-door, Last of Flores out of Whittier to your NBC, and 27 to a Last of Flores out of Whittier, male, brown over brown,
at the
57.
scene of a pursuit termination just south of the Newhall Pass 514 split. This is going to be Foothill Boulevard, a fire road that shoots off to the east of Foothill Boulevard. You have a suspect search going on right now. The pursuit termination actually happened on the freeway over there to the right. You can see there, as I zoom in the camera, that's where the suspect actually just put the brakes on and pulled over to the right side of the road. The two occupants got out and ran across this on-ramp and then ran across Foothill Boulevard and up into the bushes where you see this large presence from LAPD and CHP with their lights trained up onto the hills. You have an air unit from LAPD also with their infrared cameras trained onto the hills. At last check, they still did have the suspect.
Hey, and I think CHP.
They still did have view of the suspect. That was a good maybe 10 minutes ago now, though. So we're waiting for a further update from the LAPD airship to see if that is still the case. But all the focus still seems to be on this part of the hill that's in frame now.
listening for an update now on the LAPD radios. That tack. Okay, there we go. I was not really hearing that tack very well.
There should be up.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
But that's where we stand right now. A little bit
Yeah,
of
we're not getting a response from them with the PA.
double
I don't know if you can
manhunt
from up there, or you can't really
for
get
those
low enough
two
for it to be
occupants of the pursuit
advantageous
vehicle.
or
Originally one
So,
Nice try. We'll see
I
what
will
happens.
see you guys.
defense, a LAPD officer from
Crossing.
Northeast Division, originally spotted the vehicle and initiated the pursuit. The pursuit came up the 5 freeway, through Glendale, through Burbank, through Pacoima,
Yeah,
Silmar,
I got Eames and Spellman blocking the southbound Foothill.
almost to the Newhall Pass. That's where the suspect,
As long as we get northbound
the driver
Foothill
and
blocked,
his
it
occupant
should be
came
good.
to a stop, and we believe those
Okay.
occupants are now hunkering down in the bushes.
No response on the call out on the PA, and then airship's just going to do one now and see if we get anything.
I'm going to try and pick that up on the other scanner. Maybe we'll have better luck there. If you're familiar with the San Fernando Valley, as I widen out the shot, you'll be able to see the LADWP aqueduct, the water aqueduct, as it delivers water to the city of LA and other parts. It's a very noticeable landmark as you're going up the 5 freeway, perhaps to Magic Mountain. Santa Clarita, the next town to the north. You can see one of the air units from LAPD continuing to orbit the scene and guide units on the ground to the suspect. Their night sun, I'm not sure if it's just that one. I feel like I've seen brighter night suns from LAPD. Not sure what the deal is with that, but as we said, they also have FLIR technology, the infrared camera, shining, or at least giving the LAPD observer on board the LAPD air unit a view of where the suspect is, and I believe I just heard from that LAPD observer that they do still have eyes on those two suspects somewhere in this hillside. I think they're asking the ground units to see if they have eyes on the suspects as well. Who had a green laser? Are they done? Oh, Van Nuys, copy. Yeah. Let me get the IFB going here. All of you watching on the stream, thank you. Oh, I think I see that laser now. Someone's got a laser on this. Okay, it's theirs. Officer on the ground has a laser trained on a few of the bushes here. It sounds like they're kind of pinpointing where they believe the suspects are. I'm a little, you know, it's hard to say what would be going through a pursuit suspect's mind right now, just hunkering down in a bush and waiting for LAPD to find you, really. It's cold out there, you know. We're having lows in the low 50s, maybe upper 40s, a little bit of a wind. They didn't seem to be dressed too warmly. I'll give you a little bit of a highlight from earlier in the pursuit. This is from when the pursuit was still going on the 5 northbound through Glendale. You can see headlights on, but brake lights or tail lights not functioning. And now we're back live. Well, hello. Who is this? Hey, happy New Year. How are you doing? Good. You know, we're just enjoying New Year's Day with some pursuit stuff going on, and now a little bit of a manhunt, right? Who knew? Right, yeah. Good times. Good to hear you. Yeah, always nice to chat with you guys when we can. We're getting close now. Let me see what I can do here.
NOC, chopper. IFP's coming in really overmodulated. Is there anything we can do? Hey Audrey, I can hear you. IFP good. Perfect. Sounds good. Do you want me to call for the video or anything? Okay. And I didn't catch who the anchor was. Who is it? Kathy and Lolita. Got it. Oh, they did do that story. Don't do that. Do this. And if you're still with us on the app and online, we're getting ready for the NBC4 News at 11 coming up here in about 10 minutes. We'll have an update on the situation here in Sylmar and all the day's news, a wrap-up of the Rose Bowl Parade, a little bit of breaking news. We're going to talk about a shooting in downtown LA. I won't, they will. But we're continuing to monitor what is, I'm not sure if I'd call it a manhunt. It is kind of a standoff. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, both ending with standoffs. The one last night in East Hollywood, we were over a little bit of a pursuit, doing circles around Los Feliz, East LA, eventually turning into a SWAT standoff. The suspect in that situation eventually gave up after speaking with someone that he or she knew. That ended peacefully. We hope for the same in this situation. We're on Foothill Boulevard, right to the east of the 5 freeway, just south of the Newhall Pass, south of Santa Clarita, north of the San Fernando Valley. As I widen out the shot, you can see the iconic, I believe that's the LA Aqueduct that brings water down into the Southland. It's kind of a really noticeable visual landmark as you're going north on the 5 into Santa Clarita, and maybe out of town to Gorman, to the snow. We're still monitoring what this LAPD area unit is doing with their infrared camera and their night sun train on these hills above Sylmar. Keeping a little bit of a wide shot just because we don't, we up here in News Sharper 4 Alpha, we don't ourselves have eyes on the suspect, but we believe that they do. We believe that officers do. I'm going to talk to the desk right now. Go ahead, assignment desk. Copy, Telemundo. Copy all, copy all. I want to give you all, if you're watching online, just a little bit of a recap of what happened earlier when the suspects got out of the car. I'm queuing up some video for you guys right now. Here we go. That's when we had eyes on the suspect vehicle as they pulled over. I was widening out to see if there was any other law enforcement coming on scene there. And then they get out of the car. That scared me. I was like, are we going on early? Rehearsals? Only, right, yes. Oh, Dillette. Fulvio, you doing all right? Okay. Copy, thank you. Well, guys, you are looking at that hillside above Sylmar. That would be what I start with. Something like that. Yeah. And back to you in the studio. All right. Going home now. Bye. What? Where? Oh. Yep, you're right. Okay. If you're still with us on the stream, we're about 2 minutes away from the live show on Channel 4. We'll bring you this on television very shortly here, but as you can see, those two occupants that we were keeping an eye on earlier up in the hills, there they are, stepping out into the light, hands up. They're complying with officers. I'm going to widen out and see where those officers are. They've come a little bit of a ways down the hill, or they have a little bit more of a ways coming down the hill now. You can see there, it looks like this suspect, I believe this was not the driver, this was the passenger with his back to officers as they guide him to slowly walk back down the hill. It is a hill. I would imagine it's a little bit of a challenge to walk backward down a hill. And now they've instructed the passenger of this pursuit vehicle to get down on the ground. Copy, copy. You have the passenger there on the ground and now the driver in the red jacket also complying with officers. We're about 30 seconds from Channel 4. We'll also be on Telemundo.
Ew.
Well, Kathy, Lolita, we believe that search is now over as LAPD has their lights trained on two of those occupants of that pursuit vehicle on the ground in the prone position. They are complying with officers right now. Let's go to the video and show you what this pursuit looked like a little bit earlier as it came up through Los Feliz, Glendale, on the 5 freeway, up through Burbank, Sylmar. The pursuit vehicle actually pulled over right before the 514 split. The driver and the passenger got out of the car, crossed a couple lanes, crossed Foothill Boulevard, that's the street you see on the bottom of the screen, and ran up into the hills. That's where we've been for the past 30 minutes, and now, these live pictures, now you see, we hope this situation is coming to an end now as LAPD, still with their guns trained on these two people that were in that pursuit vehicle. You can see a little additional light being shined there, and very shortly we'll see officers move in and hopefully take these two into custody without any further incident. That's the latest from up here in News Chopper 4 Alpha, sending it back down to you in the studio. All right, thank you, thank you. Oh. Let's see. Simon Dust will probably let this breathe, let them put the cuffs on, and then anything else? Copy all. Okay, that is the driver, I believe, in the red jacket being taken into custody. Looks like a female with long hair. And now the passenger being taken into custody. Male dressed in all black. Is that 11? And now you see that's the passenger now being taken into custody. And we're very close to an all clear, a code 4 given by LAPD. Looks like CHP may have cleared this scene. They were here earlier assisting. Now this is just a LAPD handle with a majority LAPD units from way down in Northeast. They started this pursuit, and it looks like they're handling the termination. This is the passenger being taken into custody, and over here to the left, I believe that's going to be the driver being taken into custody. With pilot Fulvio Capitano, I'm Gabe Santos, live over Silmar in News Chopper 4 Alpha. Thank you for joining us on this live stream on NBCLA.com and the NBC4 LA app. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
My style is a juvenile, ran with a gang, slanged in the meanwhile, banking. I specialize in ganking, white, Mexican brothers and others daily. It's all about coming up, making sure no punks are running up. Because I'm a gangster having fun, strapped with the gat when I'm walking through Compton, terrible. I never listen to my mother.
Can you fly away? Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze.
NBC4.
2 people.
Welcome to Whiteman Airport. NOC powering down, thank you.